6:30 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're moving down to the Bridge Center the first Sunday in January.
Praise the
We got a
Lord.
great lineup of preachers and people coming. Bishop Elton Fernandez is going to come, and my son is going to launch his new gospel rap career. Anyway, let's. Do we have some announcements?
Yes.
Are we going to roll them? Let's go. You go.
Yes. So this Sunday, December 7th, the first Sunday of the month, Selfie Social Media Sunday at New Destiny is selfie time. We are going to be taking pictures with one another and fellowshipping. Join
And
us
posting them. Don't forget.
Yes,
This
we-
is your. This is
Yeah,
under
we
you
posted
and
it. Me and
you
Raven.
and Kia.
And Kia,
Yeah,
yes.
and Raven.
Yep, we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be posting on Instagram, Facebook, X, all of that. We'll be at New Destiny at 1200 Grand River. Service starts at 10:30. Come take a picture with everybody. Come take a picture.
And by the
with your
way,
pastor.
starting today, and I don't know if Leverett is around, but you can tell him, Jennifer, the man is coming to start installing our new stained glass window on that building.
Amen.
We're investing in fixing it up. Go ahead, keep going.
Yes. All right. And Dabo Detroit's Give-a-thon this upcoming Wednesday, December 10th from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Dabo Detroit. That's 12048 Grand River Avenue. Come on. You can go online and make a donation. You can drop off a check or new unwrapped toys. You can shop our Amazon wish list, or you can call in while we're live as well.
Let me just say $40,000.
Yes.
Is what this has cost us. We've raised about 25. Amazon just gave another 5,000
Amen.
this past week, and we've got more kids and people coming. 2,000 children, and then of course food and stuff for the parents.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and that's going to be here with Mason in the morning this coming Wednesday. You could drop off a gift, you could drop off some money, and then of course this is how you donate.
Yes, so help us make Christmas very merry. We have so many kids. It's a minimum donation of $30 per child. So you can go online at
But if you don't have 30, just
we
give
take
whatever.
$5, we take $2, we take $1. Go ahead, y'all. Everybody make sure that you guys donate.
All right, next. Keep going, Olivia.
And yes, we have Eczema also on December 10th. Doors open at 6 p.m. This is at the Bridge Center Library at
And let me tell-
9928 Grand River.
Olivia, make sure I get you the correct flyer. And Zima saw this, and she's not featuring, it's with. So I have a new one. I don't want to
Period.
upset my artist the night of.
I know that's right.
You know, they real temperamental.
Oh my God. She
Yes.
said we ain't featured nothing.
And she played with Beyonce, so she's not playing.
Great. She's great. She's absolutely fabulous. She reached out to me, very excited about Mary, and we've had her here before. Keep going. Next.
Yes, so the Affordable Care Act health coverage. So if you need health insurance, you need to get back on the ACA, or you haven't before, you can apply for health coverage through the marketplace, but you can also do it right here at Dabo. So if you need any help, you can come to our clinic right here at 12048 Grand River Avenue, Detroit, Michigan 48204, and they will sign you up for the Affordable Care
And
Act.
these commercials will be running on TV. That barcode will connect you to us. Significant number of folks are affected, thinking that the ACA is going to expire next year, which it's set to do. But hopefully with the midterm elections and other things we do, and some even Republicans who are now saying, we need to do something about healthcare. So please come and sign up right here. Every day we're available. Next, we got a lot of announcements today. Is that it?
All right, and then we also
Who is that guy there?
Look at my handsome nephew. Okay,
That's your nephew?
Yes,
I didn't know that was your nephew.
Yes, that's my
I thought that
nephew.
was your uncle.
No,
Wait a minute. That picture got hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have our McKinsey Noble December meeting on Thursday, December 18th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Bridge Center Library. That's 9928 Grand River Avenue. And we have a guest speaker, Harrison Shelby, who will be presenting on what local seats affect our blocks and communities the most.
Keep going. We got a lot going on. David, you do the next read on the next set of commercials. Go ahead, Olivia. Next.
David.
All right, go ahead. Jazzy New Year's Eve Gala with Alexander Zanjic, special guest James Lloyd from Pieces of a Dream. $75 includes your toast and some other things. Starts at 10 p.m. down at the Bridge Center. This is a new relationship that we have with Highfalutin Music. Alexander Zonjic is going to be moving his regular concerts down to the Bridge Center.
Amen.
So we're excited about doing New Year's Eve. We're going to actually have some tickets to give away here probably next week. $75 includes the toast, coffee, gourmets, party favors, and valet parking.
That's champagne toast now, not a whole week.
Yeah, champagne toast. But there will also be some food and drinks to purchase. All right, next. Is there anything else next? All right, Don D.C. Curry. This is and we got to get this. Remind me to get this redone so this indicates it's a celebration
Yes,
of
sir.
Dr. King's birthday.
Yes.
And we changed it to Luther Keith Community Entertainment Series.
That's good. That's
Special guest Don D.C. Curry. Do you have the stylistics too? Do you have that one? All right, and then this one, you really want to go get your tickets right away on Eventbrite. Russell Tompkins and the new stylists. Bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for
Forever.
and ever will my love for you.
Y'all like that falsetto?
Keep
There y'all go.
growing strong.
Keep growing strong.
Russell's a dear friend of mine, and as you know, I have brought him to Detroit more than anybody. And so the tickets are on Eventbrite. You want to make certain you get them, or you go to our work site, our webpage, and do that. I think that's the announcement. That's all of them. Okay, now, all right. Let's talk about the Detroit. We got Mark Jones and
James Wardell.
James Wardell. Not Wobble. Do you Wardell? You have the Wardell Wobble.
Not yet.
You need to have a Wardell Wobble.
Okay, we'll work on
We can
that.
market that, man. The Wardell Wobble. So, I didn't go to the game Thursday. Gave my tickets away to my driver. I thought it was going to be a lot of snow. But they beat.
The brakes off.
Beat them.
They beat them, and there's been a lot of controversy. Go Lions.
Lions.
I will actually be in LA next week for the game, and that's a pivotal game. I think they can beat them. They can really pull this out. But let's talk about the controversy, all of the nonsense that are being said, and people upset about stuff that happened in the game. Wardell, can you give us an update on that? Some of the stuff.
Well, are you talking about the offensive pass interference on Dallas?
Yeah, that, and I'm talking about whether or not it was
The
a safety.
safety.
There's some people saying that there was some of the referees were being paid off in this game. I mean, that's how bad it's going.
They say that every week. But,
Okay.
I look at let's talk about the safety first. Not getting the safety allowed them to get the ball on like Dallas's 40-yard line. Getting the safety, they would have punted it. We'd have had it further back.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped
That worked out for them.
Now that the offensive pass interference, look, we all in here remember the call in 2014 where they called pass interference, marked it off in a playoff game, and then called it off. We all remember in 2023 the play where Dan Skipper caught the touchdown pass. No, caught the 2-point conversion.
Said that he had not reported eligible.
And they called that off. So,
Right.
when I hear Dallas people whining about that, I'm like, and?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it's us getting some of it back that we lost.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, anybody else weigh in on any Ed? You want to go?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm as usual. The lines are going up and down, and I think it's about motivation of the team. The mindset. We can't live on last year's laurels, accomplishments. We can't do it. And you got guys play one good game, and they think the next one going to be easy. Well, you got to take them one game at a time and
On
play the
any
same
given
way.
Sunday.
On any given Sunday. So if the motivation that I would give as a coach, I say, if you plan on being here next year, you better be playing today.
Yeah.
And that's the repeat I'm going to give every week. You better be playing good today.
I had an opportunity of talking to your good friend Robert Porcher yesterday. He said his assessment is the defensive line. He said they're not getting after. They're not.
The O-line.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He said he said they need to get in there. They be aggressive.
Well, I've got two insights that I shared with Mark. I had an opportunity to have lunch with former general manager. I won't tell you by name. And we were talking about actually my daughter, and he's on the transition team, and we got to to discussing the Lions, and a couple things he said. One is that there is some division in the camp. Some of the newer, younger players feel like the team has not done enough to show up, like the offensive line. Some of the older players who they feel have already exhausted themselves for the season. The injuries that keep plaguing the team. And then that there's this spirit among some of the players that they're not as appreciated in this town, except when they're winning. And that is something that's always plagued that clubhouse. Does that make sense to you guys at all?
It does.
I understand it, but it doesn't make sense. The
Yeah, you're a
Lions
professional,
lose.
right? Yes.
Yeah, you guys got to play through it, and that's the problem. When you play football, there's two things that were in this: the offensive line, defensive line, trenches.
Right.
If you win in the trenches, you're gonna win football games.
Right.
And they're not good at either one.
Right.
So they
were pretty good at this past game.
Yeah, but that's up and down. They're up and down. They're not consistent. And
Right.
in order to be a good football team, you got to be consistent in those two areas.
I know that's right.
Chantel, you want to ask a question?
Yeah, go sports. You know, yeah, I was asleep. I didn't watch the game.
You fell asleep too.
Yeah, I didn't even put it on. I knew it was on Amazon, didn't care.
It was on
But-
regular TV too.
Okay, period. I know that's right. But we do have a lot of stuff going on. So do you think that they'll be able to make it to the playoffs though? You guys are saying they're up and down and everything. You know, we got some big games coming up. They're about to play the LA Rams. Do you
Then
think
they got Green Bay and Chicago.
Yeah.
No, let's do with Green Bay.
Okay, Chicago and
Chicago's the last
Minnesota.
game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Chicago, Minnesota. Yeah.
So do you think they're going to be able to, you know, make it to the playoffs again?
It's tough. They can only lose one more game to have a chance.
Okay.
I think in LA game going
Can
out
we
there,
know how tough
Yeah.
it is? That's not the question she asked you.
I'm getting ready to get to
yeah,
it.
well, no,
I
just
was
don't
getting
be
ready-
trying to skirt around it. Man,
I don't
you
think
know.
they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay. That's a real answer.
Hey, all I say, like I said earlier,
We got to remember
play
it
it
to
one
see if you're
game
right.
at a time.
Mark says no.
Don't worry about the playoffs. Worry about next week.
It's been noted. Wardell?
The game against the LA Rams is going to be key.
Yeah,
If they can win that, they can run the table and go 12-5. Of course, they'll make the playoffs.
right.
11-6. I still think they get in because Chicago has to play Green Bay twice, San Francisco,
They,
I know
they have to play Green Bay twice yet?
Now,
Chicago.
now you let
Wow.
him give an answer, and you wouldn't let me give one.
But he was direct.
I was getting ready to.
Yeah, you
Look
know,
here.
like you want to take the girl out to dinner and to the movies, and you know what you had in mind in
Wow.
the first time. Go
You
ahead.
can't hold home on Christmas.
Chicago is the key. If Chicago
Mark, I
loses
like your
a couple,
intentionality. I like your
Okay, if
strategy.
Chicago what now?
if Chicago loses a couple of games, we could definitely make it.
So
And
the-
I think they will because Chicago has only beaten one team with a winning record this year.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the banter between Ben and the Lions and our head coach. I mean, is all that real or is that just fluff to market? I mean, is it really bad blood? I mean, it really.
I think after that playoff game where we lost to the Commanders, there was some bad blood because I think that Dan Campbell feels that Ben Johnson went too many trickery plays.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
But
we all thought that there was a problem and that he was being courted too early and may have had his mind set on demonstrating how good he was instead of trying to win the game.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, both of the offensive and defensive coordinators were out there interviewing before the season was over.
And that's a bad thing, bad policy by the NFL.
Okay, so we have some hope with Wardell that they could. Mark has already shut the door. David, are you thinking they're going to make it?
Yeah, I think. Well, I can't guarantee they're going to make it, but what I do know, and what Coach was saying, Wardell was saying, is that it's not the Lions have to do their part, and anything can happen. You saw the Rams just lost to a team that they were supposed to beat, so it depends. You know what I mean? I hope they can make it. We remember the Bengals; they
But
made it.
Can you explain to me the import of they have to do their part? I mean,
They got to win. That's what I'm
right,
saying.
okay,
So
all
what I
right.
mean is, as long as they win, they can't necessarily control their own destiny, but they can
Right.
win. And I was going to give the example.
Right.
I believe the Cincinnati Bengals one year went like 9-8 or something like that, and ended up winning the Super Bowl. So it doesn't always mean
Yeah,
that
well,
They didn't win the Super Bowl, did they?
that year that they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
They went
won.
to the Super Bowl.
They won that year.
no, Cincinnati never won.
No.
They never
Oh,
won.
well, they went to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna hold out some hope for for the Lions. I am.
And Bishop, you a man of faith. Can't we just pray?
No.
Can we pray?
Now, I have been down this road with them and have hitched my hope to their wagon, and so this year, early on, I kind of separated myself emotionally, so I wouldn't go through all that.
Amen.
Went to the Philadelphia game, as you know,
Man.
we went there, Mark, and that was, just. But I think that they needed some of what they've gone through. And if they can build on the enthusiasm and the drive and the desire that I saw Thursday night, I think we got a winning shot at going to the playoffs. All right,
Let's do it.
David, you have a question about the Pistons or anything else?
Yeah, the Pistons. I went to see them play against Orlando the day after Thanksgiving. It was a good game. I like the energy. Coach, tell me what you think. Right now, I believe they're 18-5.
Yes, I think they're doing very well. But one thing about the Pistons that I see, and you can understand this, Dave, is that they might have too many players. Because, if you're playing 12 players, you might get in the first half and not get back in, not be warm, and not be able to do what you need to do. So they need to pare down their rotation.
So that brings me to this question. Do you think we need to trade? There's been some thoughts about trading for Giannis.
Them heads shaking no.
Yeah.
Well,
But the trades, my understanding, involves getting rid of 4 or 5 major players.
Well, 3. I know they want Tobias, Ivy, and
Thompson.
Yeah, those are 3 they get.
4 picks and 3 pick swaps.
I don't think they should do it at all.
Look
I mean,
here.
good.
No trade.
No trades.
Because if you look at all the mega trades that have gone on in the NBA, no team has really done that well. I mean, the Knicks traded 5 for Bridges. That's crazy.
Yeah.
5 for Rudy Gobert with the Timberwolves. You don't want to do that.
No, but you know what? You messing with the chemistry of the team.
Exactly.
These guys used to play with each other. You interject somebody else into the lineup, you got a problem.
And they're good through and through, Mark. I mean, you see they wiped out. I mean, a few weeks ago they wiped out Chicago and none of the starters played.
Yeah, and see, this is a long season, and you want to watch the minutes of your stars, and if you can win with the bench helping you out, keep it. And then towards the end, you can start playing who you need to play to win the NBA championship.
Right.
Well, I think you just should rotate your players more during the game, period. And then that way you have different combinations working together. So you're
Synergy.
you had that same energy going throughout and nobody getting tired.
The only thing is you got to play your stars so they feel they're getting
Well,
enough minutes to
Everybody who's a pro is a
showcase their
star.
game.
Every professional ball player
Every
is a star.
every team
No,
rises.
every player is not a star.
Well, I'm saying they're able to play at that
so,
level.
so here's my take on some of that. And I may be absolutely wrong, but having played basketball, a coach looks for chemistry, right? Looks for how players play with each other. Some players play better with different combinations of players. Is that right, Wardell?
Yes, you have to look for what combinations work.
Yeah. And sometimes you even have to kind of mix that up a little bit, right? So I mean, I think by the way, we got to give it to this coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great coach.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
I'm glad we got him.
Yeah.
Well, we saying the same thing. I said you got to rotate more during the season.
And I was going to jump back on your point. I believe that rotating them, making them all play together is good because even if you have a chemistry of a certain group, somebody pop an Achilles, somebody, so
Anything
to
happens.
so
They
to your
used to
point,
play.
By the
you
way,
need to
we
play
didn't
with
talk
those
about the
12s.
Lions player that we lost from the secondary.
Brian Branch.
Yeah.
We lost Brian Branch.
Yeah.
Torn
Yeah,
Achilles.
Torn
got a
Achilles.
torn Achilles.
That's
You
a
remember
year.
at the end of the game where
Yeah.
He out for the season?
and
torn
and
Achilles?
and most of the next.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's
Man, that's my
And
man.
he's a player, man.
What?
He's a player.
Hey,
But
a
he
stud
ain't,
muffin.
he ain't Frankenstein.
okay. Hold on. Let's not use the term stud. That's a derogatory term that has been associated with black men who were used to create progeny,
Right, sent to another farm.
prosperity, right, for slave owners.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not where I was coming from. But
Well,
since
I'm
you
just-
went,
but
since
I
you went
want-
down the rabbit hole,
No,
that's
but
cool.
no, I didn't go
Stud
down.
can mean a lot of things
I did
nowadays.
not
but
go
it's cool,
down
though.
the rabbit hole.
That's cool.
I'm giving you the ideological etymology. Now you're gonna tell me, like Jay-Z and them told Sharpton, I was in meetings, that nigga means something different. It's an
Right.
affectionate term for us.
Come
It is what it is. It means what it means. Okay, you can give it your nuance. But
Oh.
at any rate,
Okay, college football. Yeah. So
Thank you.
University of Michigan lost. So will they have a 10-win season? And tell us about
well,
Michigan
hold on. Before we
State.
get to that, let's cut to the new coach.
Okay.
I went to the game with Dennis Deno, at Ford Field. Had an opportunity to go, but I couldn't make it to the announcement. So, David, you follow Michigan State. Wardell, is this coaching move a good one?
Man, they could get anybody to coach. They could get Bugs Bunny to coach. They need Michigan State got some issues over there, man.
Yes,
Go ahead.
and the main thing with Pat Fitzgerald is he left his alma mater, Northwestern, because of a hazing. He was accused of hazing. Now, I'm sure that
He was accused, but he was exonerated. He sued them and won.
Yeah, he sued them.
Yeah.
That's
but
right.
I'm sure in the recruiting trails, that's going to come up and be huge.
Respectfully, coach, right now with the NIL and all that, I don't know how big of a deal that's going to be, especially if because he'll deal with that right off the bat. If he's going to recruit somebody, they bring it up, I'm sure he'll have a statement that he'll stay and they'll move on.
Well, let's personalize it. If you had a son that was going to Michigan State,
He ain't going.
exactly.
Well, you know what? Running extra laps after practice could be considered hazing. So all coaches do a form of hazing.
No,
Yes, they do.
but
Not with this-
that's
not with this
what
guy
this
to prove
was
it.
doing.
It was
Well,
And-
when you use a term like hazing, I don't know personally what
It
happened.
was like a cold red.
Yeah, but
You
Okay.
can't handle the truth.
Well, I'm just
Dang.
saying,
Now, hazing traditionally means something physical.
right? Running laps is physical. Running 20
No,
sets of
hazing
stadium
means
steps.
putting your hands on folks.
Like spanking.
Well, this
Nah.
was more of a sexual hazing.
Ooh.
Oh.
That ain't hazing. That's
So
something
he was
else.
whipping them with his rope.
Oh
Well,
Lord.
Tying them up.
Dave,
By
want
the
you
way,
to think about-
I spent yesterday watching this whole thing on P. Diddy.
Oh man, I don't.
Oh no.
We talk about sports.
talking
man.
about
I'm just gonna
sports.
say, and the men that were involved, that it wasn't just women. I mean, that was what got me. But anyway,
Coach, too.
yeah,
Evil
Michigan-
knows no
I
bounds.
just,
hazing.
darn, I forgot that quick.
We talk about hazing. Recruit. You asked if my son will go to Michigan State. I said no.
All right.
But just the sheer level of what he was accused of, is it worse that he didn't know? Because
Okay,
all
well-
those things are not alleged to have gone on. They went on.
It's gonna take a miracle.
All I know is he was found innocent. He sued. He sued. He got paid for. They fired him wrongful discharge.
Can I ask a question too? Because Locke and I went down to Ford Field. We were up with the president of Michigan State. There were 4 black people in that whole gala, and I said to myself, Michigan State is lily white. Is that the same kind of genre for U of M where I attended, or no? I haven't been to any events like that for U of M, but if
Alumni
come on, y'all
Well-
got real quiet on me.
Well, you know what? All sports are a form of plantation life. Just be real.
Yeah.
Y'all deep
Look
today,
here.
boy.
They hired
athletic
black
director was there. I mean, it was the alumni was there. It was 500 people upstairs in that room,
The history
and
of
there were
Michigan-
4 black people.
The history of Michigan State is that they were open. They brought players in from the South earlier than anybody else, and they did things. They had black presidents and black
Yeah, Wharton was there. I'm familiar with
black
all that.
ADs. But now, you're telling me something that I wouldn't have known.
Right. It amazed me because I just thought some of the things that you knew. I was sitting with the president talking about Wharton because my sister went to Michigan State University.
Yeah, my brother, he has an executive MBA from Michigan State. He's on one of the boards there, so I do know they do have a diverse.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep that goes.
So we have about 4 minutes, and it's off season. Can we talk about the Tigers? Are they doing anything? Making any moves? Wardell?
They just let the winter meetings just ended,
Okay.
and the Tigers did not pick up anybody, didn't lose anybody. Their main focus is on how to re-sign Tariq Skubal.
Okay.
Mm.
And I'd still maintain, and I'll tell your daughter, we need to have a Skubal tax
Right.
at Comerica Park so we can afford
So we
this
can pay them,
contract.
right?
You know, a lot of these people coming in from, and not just for Skubal, but just for the city. We need to have some type of
Well, there is
tax.
an entertainment tax now. Her tax, by the way, is going to be geared towards some other things. I mean, why don't they just come up with the money? I mean,
The
Illegible
owners got plenty of
got a
money.
lot of money. You got a casino. They got this. They got
Right.
that. You know.
They pimping the city. I'll be
The
honest
sun-
with you.
in
that was.
terms-
Excuse me a second. That comment was
It's mine.
of a guest and does not reflect the host nor the organization that sponsored this show.
Exactly.
Can you give me the ideology,
mean-
epimetology of pimping?
Yeah, pimping taken advantage of.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
For fun.
but the Tigers need, if they're going to concentrate and really want to win, they got to get a pitcher, a starting pitcher, and a couple bats, especially a right-handed bat.
Hey, Rev, I
Yes.
know we got like 2 more minutes before we
Right.
go to break. Can y'all talk about this thing with Michael Jordan suing NASCAR about the? Do y'all know about that? Heard about that?
He's claiming that there's some people get an unfair advantage.
He's trying to set it up. I guess this one
Yeah.
family pretty much runs how everything
The
goes,
Childress family, I believe.
and they make it based upon the TV deals that they get. And he's trying to make it more like the basketball, the NBA, NFL, the NBA.
Yeah.
But they got this black guy that came in there taking them to task, trying to change the way that they make their
Yeah.
money.
So let's do this. What we have not done, which we
Period.
need to do, is to indicate that you guys have your own show. By
Yes,
the way,
sir.
we broadcast now on Sports Rap 105, 107.5.1 HD2. We're broadcasting there right now, even as we are here. Tell us about your show, guys, and how people can listen to you on a regular basis.
You can listen to us on 107.5 HD2. We're on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Yes.
The Sports Rap Network, the Sports Rap app.
Yeah,
7
and-
to 9 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You also can pick it up on demand on the Sports Rap app.
I
Okay.
know that's right.
And you can pick us up there as well. I wanted to say to you, with this great technology we have, we had Ben Crump on last week. You'll see it in use today. If you guys ever want to play some replays of plays, or we got that capability. You have it running back and forth. See there. And by the way, we talk about all the ire for this receiver from Dallas. Man, people are like
Pickens.
they
Yeah,
claiming he was beat on the tape.
He's dogging it. That's what
He-
they're saying.
They got rid of him in Pittsburgh for a lot of that same reason, that he was not giving his all
Effort,
every
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And I wanted to shout out Cass Tech, even though they lost to Catholic Central, they had a really good season.
Yeah, I want to give a
Yeah.
shout out too about what Catholic Central players were doing of such a racially charged video. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
Oh my God, that's what they do for white folks. They keep stuff down, but they calling them ends, and we beat them ends. I mean, it's unbelievable. We'll see you right back after this.
Yes.
You haven't seen that video?
CT. No. But I know this kid.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, comedian and TV host. I get my Saturday wake-up call with my guy, Reverend Horace Sheffield. Think about it. Good day.
I'm Sheriff Raphael Washington, Wayne County, and I get my Saturday morning wake up every Saturday morning from Reverend Horace Sheffield, and you should too.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover Kings, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hey, this is City Council President Mary Sheffield. I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from my dad, Reverend Horace Sheffield.
What up, though? It's your girl T-Barb, and I get my morning call with Reverend Sheffield. Make sure y'all tune in every Saturday morning. It's good.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
I got about 20
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. 101.5 FM or 1500 AM. The Wake Up Call.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the Wake Up Call with Horace Sheffield and friends. Right now, it is just friends. My name is Chantel Watkins, and we are right here on the corner of Grand River and Wyoming at Zabo, Detroit. Make sure you guys are donating for our Make Christmas Very Merry. And we have a special guest right now. From Watch Us Bloom. You are the COO. And can you pronounce your first name for me? Because I don't want to mess it up.
I know. It's Washia.
Washia. Okay. It's pronounced the way it's spelled. So Washia Ruth. Yes. So Washia Ruth, you are the founder, the COO of Watch Us Bloom. Can you tell us a little bit about what is Watch Us Bloom?
All right. First, I want to just say thank you, and thank you for the honor of being here. So before we get started, I have to ask everybody, can you put your arm out? Just give me a minute. Everybody say, put your arm out. All right. I'm going to send you some positive energy this morning. I'm going to ask that positive energy be reverberated back to us as we begin this day, because it is truly an honor to be here with the Reverend Horace Sheffield in the place. So I send you positive vibe, and I ask as we begin this day that you send those vibes back to me my way. In Jesus' name we pray.
Yeah, and also
Amen.
put your hand out and say, not here. Say, not here.
Not here.
All that naysaying, all that backbiting, all of that,
Not here.
Because I'm tired of folks that love Jesus and can't stand nobody else.
Oh, Jesus. Come on, let's be real in the room.
We keep hearing that computer, by the way, every time it pings on the air. But go ahead. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I am Washia Ruth, and I call myself Washia Ruth to the rescue. And
Yes.
I am the founder and COO of Watch Us Bloom. And Watch Us Bloom is an empowerment for teachers, for leaders, for providers to support their wellness through professional and personal development by harnessing AI to interconnect. We're going to interconnect education, fun, say fun, and economic development. That's the money. We're going to talk about how education, fun, and economics are going to collide together. And fun is nothing more than friends using neighborhoods. So come on.
Period.
Okay, so let me ask you a quick question about AI. There's been a lot of information this past week in polling done that says that people under 30 now are against AI. Have you been witnessing that?
Oh yeah, I have. My daughter is.
And they claim it's displacing them from employment. There's a whole host of negative effects.
And what I say to that, Reverend Horace Sheffield, is that we are living in the George Jetson era right now. If you know what the George Jetson era
George
is.
Jetson, his wife,
his wife. And if you have an iWatch, then you are participating in the George Jetson era when he was talking to his watch. And we are participating in the era when he had that little robot that came around and did all the chores for him. We are living in that right now, and that is a robot. So the very foundation and legacy that people under 30 are talking about that they don't want to participate in is a very legacy that we're standing on right now.
It's here now, by the way.
And it's not going up. It's not
flying
going
cars are not here, but
They're on the way.
driving
self-driven cars
Yes,
are.
they
Yeah.
are. So I guess I say to that, the train has left the station.
So what is the mission of Watch Us Bloom, and where did the name come from?
I'm glad you asked that. So if you look at our logo for Watch Us Bloom, it
Move
is.
a little closer to the microphone.
I'm gonna move a little closer.
There you go.
Move a little closer. It's about the roots.
Okay.
The roots of where we stand in our legacy. So I'm giving a shout out to Rodney Dale from the Detroit Historical Museum for the flag of 1865, and it's about legacy and the Special Order 15 of how we came to be and being able to speak in forums like this.
Sure.
So that's about our roots, what we reach, how we own, what we operate, and what we teach. That has to go on over to your heart and what you believe. And so I am a person that I believe I'm God's favorite daughter, and I am here to collide purpose and interconnect purpose so that the people who have the heart to do right for children and families and look your own self in the mirror, because I'm looking my.
We want blessings to bloom.
We want blessings to bloom. So God said for me to fix my own face.
Okay.
And to fix my own face, I have this interconnected logo of the BL and 9 rays. And the 9 rays represent, come on, you gonna know what they are: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Because on
those are the fruits of the Spirit.
They are the fruit of the Spirit.
In Galatians
5:22. Because on 5:22.
I know a little bit about the book.
I know
just
you
a
do.
little bit.
Just a little bit about that word. And God gave me this on 5:22. And on January 5:24, I left my job at DPSCD and I went into the office with Donna Payne. Shout out to DPSCD. I am a proud product of that.
Now, wait. Which school?
Denby Tars. Don't get it twisted over there on the east side.
I know you don't play.
Period. Don't play.
She don't play.
Don't
She graduated
play
from
for
Denby.
48205.
I had a conversation the other day, and Ed will remember this. When we were in high school, Denby, the football team was like going to a Division I college team, right?
Yeah.
They won the city championship 5 years in a row until Skip Willis and King beat them. But that was a bastion too, by the way, of racism over there. But yeah,
I was going to say my senior year we beat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
We finally beat them. Yes.
Okay, so then you beat them.
That's right.
It's okay.
I can only go by what I did.
But that was quite an accomplishment because.
Right.
They had a black quarterback. Was it Jesse Williams or Jesse Jones? Anyway, that was like going to play UCLA.
Right.
I mean, it was just
they had a tradition. They had a tradition.
So
no
in
doubt.
that tradition, yesterday, so I know, right? Come on in the room. I was in the place yesterday.
Who's that on the cover?
Who's that on the cover? Come on, up in the space in the place. I was at the Who's Who of Who's Who when they did the unveiling of your daughter, who is a remarkable young woman.
And she's getting married tomorrow. That's that Who's Who.
Oh,
I want you to know though that I
heard that first with Watch Us Bloom.
I had
that. Okay, come on.
I had a vision watching all these people post themselves in that. Are you in there?
No, but this is that's okay. That's all right.
Okay, so
because she will be.
I'm gonna do something. I haven't got the real name of it called, the Who's You Don't Know, right? Or something like that. Because there are a lot of people not in that book who do tremendous work.
Amen.
And I think one of the worst things that Black folks have done has created this whole sense of status when I don't care how high you climb as a Black person, you still just Black, right? But there's a whole lot of folks who are not recognized who need to be recognized.
I'm so glad that you
I called
said
my
that.
president. Yes, I said to Locke, I said, Locke, we got to create our own way of recognizing people on a regular basis.
All right.
Dabo Service, Hall of Fame, whatever we
know.
call
that's
it.
beautiful.
You acknowledge that during your.
But I want to.
Okay,
I want to
back.
codify it like they do.
Let's bring that back home then. Because
And you're gonna be the first one we induct.
listen,
You're gonna
listen. I claim it.
Listen,
You heard it here
listen to me.
first.
Listen to me. Hold up a second. Bloom is gonna blossom.
I profess that I received that. I received. Listen. I received that because as you talked about Denby Tars, I was at that. This group, not because I received it, but because I ate the fruit of someone who did.
Yeah.
And because of that, Mr. Reginald Dozier, who was there yesterday
Reggie.
from
I know
Monday.
Reggie.
Oh yeah, so come on.
Married
and
to Karen.
Yes,
Ron?
come on. They from Denby. He was my mentor when I was 14 years old. So
Period.
I eat the fruit of those seeds. So he is the reason that I get to sit here and talk about Watch Us Bloom and his wife, as well as Isha Price, that our interconnections of what we.
How you know
Oh,
her?
come on in the room. This is why we're here. Let's get down to the
Said,
heart.
how you know my
of
wife?
why we are here. So I told you about our values, and I put a quarter over there on your table. I gave everybody
did
a
see
quarter.
a quarter.
It's a quarter.
came
It came from me.
I know where it came
me.
from.
Okay,
And
let's slow down a second. See, because God is good.
all the time.
There's a demiurge, and so I was trying to think of the name, and the name just came. It's called Davos Community Champions Awards.
Yes. Come on.
And the first
Amen.
recipient is going to be this lady over here who brought the blossom from her blooming
I
to the garden of
received.
Dabo.
One more time, Dabo community.
All right.
Champions.
Did you guys hear
By
that?
the way, Washia, that picture of yours is completely outstanding.
Oh,
It
let me tell
is.
this is
Your hair fire.
listen, God is fire. Don't get it
Amen.
twisted. It is not me what you see. It is the God that lives inside of me. I don't want anybody in this room to ever think that in this year, 2025, that's why you have a quarter.
Yeah.
This quarter represent that I'm expecting 25% of the people in this room.
25%, y'all.
That's it.
25% what?
25.
25% of the people in this room to make a change.
Yeah.
To make a
Period.
change,
Yeah.
only thing you got to do is
Dang,
pour
everybody
some.
got a quarter?
No. Dig in your pocket because this lady stand up right here. This is one of my parents from DPS.
Yes,
Hey,
girl.
And
Hey.
she came out because, and I'm gonna put them on fire. Because she needs some help. And this is what we get to do.
Right.
We get to go back and remember the people.
Well, this is sowing that you reap.
Oh,
Right.
I'm
You
eating
can't
some
get
fruit.
where you haven't given. And since you and I've never been in the prophetic mode. You know, lately God has
Yes,
been
you
moving in that
have.
direction, and so supernatural, miraculous manifestations.
Oh, I received
And I
it.
said, well, really? He said, yeah, but only for people who do more for others than they do for themselves. This is a season that I'm going to give abundance to folks who share most of what they have with others.
So let's go back to talk about why we're here.
Yes.
So if you don't have a quarter, you want to listen up. Because in this moment, you don't want to miss it. Because there is a time and a place that when God shows up, you want to be present. Because sometimes when the gentle whispers are talking, we are so busy that we can't hear it.
Mhm.
And so I put a quarter over there because I get to keep only 25% of the proceeds that come from Watch Us Bloom.
Okay.
75% gets to go back to the community. And let
Amen.
me tell you how this looks in the community. 50% goes to teachers and leaders because we need to keep our cheese on our cracker. I was a teacher. I was a leader. I worked for Detroit Public Schools. I've had the honor and yet the privilege of traveling around the world and doing this in countries like Abu Dhabi and Shanghai. And today I get to come home and do it for people and with people that look like me. So 50% goes to the proceeds of the teachers and the leaders. That brings us to why we're here. 25% goes to the community.
Okay.
25% goes to the partners that join forces with us. And that brings us to Dr. Isha Price. When God enters.
Say it one time.
Doctor, come on.
I said, Doctor. I said that earlier,
Where
Dr.
is
Price.
she?
She
Is
back
she
there.
here? Where is she?
Right there, high.
Raven,
she
go
go.
back there and get Dr.
There
Price.
she go.
Hey, Dr.
There
Price.
she is.
Come
This
on,
lady,
this is
this lady.
do you
right
know who
here.
she is?
No, I know. Yes, I do. Let me tell
I
you.
mean,
who
that's
she is.
my wife, you know.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all
That's his
know
wife.
you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Walk with it now,
Let me- let
Washia.
me-
Walk with
let
it,
me-
Washia.
listen,
Go on and bloom,
let-
girl.
listen,
Bloom.
We got to turn
This
these
is some
microphones,
seeds.
these earphones down a little bit.
Yeah.
They're just blasting like crazy. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so the seed is seeing early childhood successfully
Yeah.
expanding early childhood.
Okay.
That development, that's the seed
Yeah.
that we're going to plant. Understand
But no, hold
that.
up a sec. Back up. Don't be
Okay,
losing your
okay, I'm
enthusiasm
not
over
gonna
Isha
listen.
Price
Oh, no,
because you
no.
found out she's my wife.
No, let me tell you how I understand behind every good man
Yeah.
and next to him and around
No,
him.
not
is a good woman.
behind,
I said next
beside.
to
There you
him.
go, talk
I know
to
that's
I
right.
said next
In
to
front
him,
of.
in front of, beside
all
him,
right,
and all
okay.
around
She
him.
wants to say something. She
Come
went
on.
to Kettering, by the way. All you,
K.E.
all you
East
East Side
Side.
folks.
Uh-huh.
She's an East Side short killer.
By the way,
That's right.
guess
She
what?
don't play.
She was born the year, right, that I graduated from high school.
You got a kid.
Okay, please
Listen.
don't.
He putting all y'all business out there, huh?
Let me tell you.
I know that's right.
And almost to the day that I graduated from high school. Go ahead.
See,
I know that's
smooth.
right, girl. Go ahead.
When I was
get
sitting at Bay Stevenson with my cap and gown
Listen,
on,
look at him trying to be
God
all
was
fly.
hooking it up.
Look at it. Look at it. Listen, that
On the foundation of the world.
Listen, the
Yeah,
interconnections
yeah.
are so real. So remember, enter, INNER, capital ER, because we exceed regular in
Okay.
everything that we
There
do.
you go.
You asked me, how do I know this wonderful, dynamic, wonderful, powerful woman right here? Because I was
Power pack.
Power pack.
Period.
I was at the Charles H. Wright Museum, and she was standing there talking about the wellness and how she could come in, and she was just so jubilant, like,
Yeah.
and she said, "I want to give this away."
She's an
and
Energizer bunny, that's for
listen,
sure.
she is my super twin
Yeah.
right here. You put
Yeah.
this force together. We want to be.
Well, I
reckoned
can't
with.
imagine the two of y'all, on the show at the same time. But go ahead.
Watch this, it's coming.
Yeah.
So she said that she offers this service of wellness. And so
Mhm.
I wanted to see it for myself because I'm a person that believes I don't ask people to do things that I'm not willing to do first.
Mhm.
And so when she said that, I said, I'm going to go get the screen.
Yeah.
And so she said,
So you had the blueprint for wellness.
Oh, yes,
Wonderful.
listen,
Yes.
I was okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
And listen, it said I was
You didn't know that already?
It confirmed it. It confirmed it, didn't it, Ms. Rue?
You confirmed something this morning.
Yeah.
When you said the prophetic word that I am here for a reason and a purpose.
Well, can I share one other thing
Yes,
you said
please.
that is a confirmation? My grandmother was, quiet, but she's found a tabernacle. She always never asked anybody, and I say it on this show all the time, don't I? Never ask anybody to do for you what
What
you're
you
willing to do for yourself. Go ahead, Miss Lady.
The first lady.
It's not even on.
The mic's not on.
Dr. Price.
Is the mic on? Say something. It's not on.
Yeah.
She is not just here visiting.
Right, this your place.
This
Okay.
right here. We go.
Church.
This is around.
We can't hear her though.
Oh, can you hear me now?
We can't hear you over here,
Okay.
but go ahead.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Watch us bloom. This is extremely important. And when I met Washia out in the community, and how profound that is at the Charles H. Wright Museum, a lot of his dad's archival information is there. It's just, I don't believe in coincidences, right? But taking care of our health is so incredibly important. One of the many jobs that I have is at Wayne County Jail. And and David, my brother here, who is a sheriff,
Sheriff's deputy.
it's devastating. It is absolutely devastating what's happening with our people in the community and inside of corrections and just health overall. We have people who don't find out that they have cancer until they get to jail. We can do better. We have free services in this office right here. People are asking, what are you getting me for Christmas? You know what I'm gonna give them? $800 worth of free labs.
Period.
Gift of life.
All right, I love it. So interconnecting with this angel, because I believe God sends me
Testing, 1,
angels
2.
all the
Amen.
time. And what you get to realize, I hope today that you get to be an angel for someone else. So that is the fruit that we gonna operate and go back to. So today is the 6th of December, and the 6th fruit of the Spirit is
What?
come on.
Period.
Gotta count 'em.
Faithfulness.
Boom.
Faithfulness.
Get it, girl.
Faithfulness. It's faithfulness. So you got to be faithful to yourself today. Be
Right.
faithful to yourself, and then so you can be faithful to someone else.
Right.
Amen.
This is about your own wellness. So we're going to go back to the interconnection and Dr. Price and what we're doing at Watchers Bloom, and
Right.
how we're going to provide 100 wellness screeners to teachers. And so what I do is I
Nice.
provide professional wellness through
Right.
professional growth experiences by interconnecting services to local businesses.
Right.
I went and looked at your business plan, and you have some your landscaping service on there. So teachers get credit hours to come to my classes, State of Michigan, early childhood credit hours to come to training. And so in those training, they actually get resources. And what are those resources? Things you can't buy with a SNAP card. Let me pull them out for you.
Okay, you
Okay,
pull them
girl.
out.
All
Pull
right.
them out.
let
By
me-
the way,
oh.
while we're doing that, we want to remind everybody we're here every single Saturday. You can
Yes.
bloom
All right.
on the corner of Grand River, Wyoming. You get all this bastion of empowering information. 1204 Grand River biscuits, grits, and salmon croquettes.
For
And you get
free.
to get to watch us bloom. Go ahead.
Hey,
Okay,
we
so
got. I got to add this. We do have a wellness program going on this Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
be here.
and you get that blueprint for wellness absolutely free.
Oh,
And
so let's
yeah.
talk about that. Let's bridge that together, because what I have done in this series of blooming strategies, it's some BS, but these are blooming strategies. I promise you.
Some
if you-
BS,
There's
huh?
some BS and blooming
You got to
strategies.
slow down a little bit, because you be
Okay.
throwing this rapid
Okay,
fire out.
listen,
We want to be able to.
listen,
We want
keep
it to
Keep
marinate.
up. She said, I'm not slowing down. You need to keep up.
No, it's going to come back to you.
Want it to
Things that are
marinate
good,
and resonate.
it will come. I'm going to slow down.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna slow
A little
on
bit.
down.
There you go.
So listen, I have some blooming strategies.
By the way, people only listen at a 4.4 meter, just so you know. Right now, you're at a 6.4 meter.
Okay, because I had, listen, I'm sorry, people, I didn't had caffeine this morning.
That's all right.
And I had it early, so
There you
this
go.
is what.
Girl, I don't believe caffeine is what does this.
No.
I
No,
think it's you.
not.
I
She's
think it's you.
effervescent.
Listen,
Yes.
AP
Ebullient.
principal at DPS. He asked me, he said, are you always like this? Because I was a vice president of Starfish Human Services over their early childhood program.
Starfish,
And then
yes.
I left there because I wanted to see what it was really like
Yeah.
to be in a classroom. So I
Yeah.
went back for 3 years in a classroom. I taught regular ed preschool, special ed preschool, had her daughter, her
Mhm.
son in my classroom. And then I went to early on where I
See how well that coordinator, you point to her, she raised her hand.
Listen.
She was
got
ready,
this. Y'all, have y'all practiced this
No,
or
this
what?
is God. When he comes into place, he interconnects.
Amen.
Listen, I asked Dr.
Okay,
Price.
before you go any further,
Yes, sir.
you're here because you want to help people do something.
I want to help
Now,
teachers.
slow down
and-
a second.
Uh-huh.
And what is that, and how do people reach you?
Okay, let's go there.
Yeah.
Interconnection of Watch Us Bloom is a wellness program. We support your PS men, physical, social, mental, emotional, educational, and nutritional wellness by bringing fun, FUN, friends using neighborhoods, and taking them into the community like Blooming Transformation
Yeah.
downtown with Dr. Rose Moulton,
Right.
taking 25 people at a time to the class.
Right.
We pay for that. They get state credit to
Right.
come to this class, and we take them to the class so they can get healing. In that class, Dr. Isha Price comes in, they sign up and they get this free health screening.
Okay.
So
Period.
every time 25 people enroll in my class, and I'm looking for the first 100. I
Good.
don't have the capacity to help everybody right now, but as we build this.
And why
shit-
is that? You don't have the
Right,
space or something? or?
No. The right now is the people who are willing to work on themselves.
Right.
So in 2025, this quarter, as we say, will you work on you? God gave me this vision, and in 2025, He said, if you work on yourself, watch everything around you will become better.
Yeah.
25%. So as we work on ourselves, we become better and we have more to give and feed other people.
Yeah.
So that is the premise of Watch Us Bloom. So Fenty Downtown, who will provide resources to the teachers when they come to our classroom. I thought I saw Ms. Gail Carr in the room for
She's here.
Northwest
Mhm.
Activity Center, and I heard you mention Mr. Ron Lockett because I used to do training at the
And
Northwest.
he's president of our board here.
Listen, I did a little reading
Yeah.
before I came, a little bit of reading before I came. But before I read that he was on your board, he was a person that Ms. Gail Carr would run to me and say, here's this little girl. That's what she called me because she just turned 75. Even though I'm in my 50s, she still calls me this little girl over here. And she said, Ron, this little girl is going to do something one day.
Period.
So I'm back to say that we are buying membership. So Blooming Moves is a class, and we take yoga, Pilates, we take teachers, and we have leaders and families, and we have fun in a community. Dr. Isha Price, when I first met her, the interconnection of what she stood up at the Charles H. Wright Museum and said, she said, how come people can't come together and go to the Lions games? How come we always got to give people cheap stuff and not the good stuff?
Period.
If we want teachers to be well and have children to be well, we have to take care of the adults. And it's unfair to have people say that we can do it by ourselves. So this is the 25% of the people I'm asking today to give $5 in our community to
Period.
the wellness.
Yeah.
Now that goes to the partner and
Yeah.
back to you.
All right, give out your information. We don't
Okay.
have less than a moment. How do people reach you?
Okay.
We'll have you come back and
Oh,
we'll have a
good.
bloom
Yes.
busting time together.
Okay, you can reach me, and I'm gonna throw this big old nugget in here. And this is the catalyst, because when
You
Dr.
got- you
Isha,
gotta hurry up.
Watchers Bloom, info@watchersbloom.org, info@watchersbloom.org on
All right.
the
All right.
16th.
All
Let
right,
me tell you, we're going to the Lions
we
game, and I
gotta
need
go.
to give you a ticket.
All right, we go.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
right.
Oh, I want to let you know, Reverend Sheffield. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From my dad, Reverend Horace Sheffield.
What up, though? It's your girl T-Barb, and I get my morning call with Reverend Sheffield. Make sure y'all tune in every Saturday morning. It's good.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM, The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on 1500 AM or 92.7 FM, The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hey, this is City Council President Mary Sheffield. I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from my dad, Reverend Horace Sheffield.
What up, though? It's your girl T-Barb, and I get my morning call with Reverend Sheffield. Make sure y'all tune in every Saturday morning. It's good.
Every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on 1500 AM or 92.7 FM, The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover McCains, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM, The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Randy Rosario, comedian and TV host. I get my Saturday wake-up call with my guy, Reverend Horace Sheffield. Think about it. Good day.
I'm Sheriff Raphael Washington, Wayne County, and I get my Saturday morning wake up every Saturday morning from Reverend Horace Sheffield, and you should too.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 15.
This for y'all. This for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield and the wake-up call.
All right, we're back in live and living color. The indomitable and incomparable Reverend Horace Sheffield, our guest, hopefully is on her way. But Miss Bloom, you come sit back up here because you got enough energy to carry the rest of the show.
I'm telling you. And Horace, we know, she and I know a whole lot of the same people.
Well,
That's because you've been around the way.
I didn't know that weeds with roses. But anyway, can we pull up? Hold up a sec. Let's do our announcements real quick.
Okay.
Pull up our announcements, Dave and Chantel. You tag team on them real quick.
Not a problem. Yes. So this Wednesday, December 10th, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here at Dabo Detroit 12058 Grand River with Mason in the morning. We have our give-a-thon for our Make Christmas Very Merry. We need you guys' donations. You can go online at DaboDetroitInc.com/donate. You can drop off a check or new unwrapped toys. You can shop our Amazon wish list, or you can call in while we are live.
Next.
All right, we have our Help Us Make Christmas Very Merry free Christmas gifts giveaway for children of Metropolitan Detroit. We have over 2,000 students children that are already registered. You can come and make a donation, a minimum donation of $30. That's what it says, but we'll take whatever. All these donations will assist children who otherwise will not have a Merry Christmas.
All right, and we have also on Wednesday for the doors open at 6 p.m. at the Bridge Center Library. We have Eczema and Florella Strings with Florella Strings. The doors open at 6 p.m. on December 10th, and this is a part of our community entertainment series, which it is free. So make sure that you go on Event Noir and register.
All right. Also, we have our Affordable Healthcare Act coverage information here. And if you need health insurance, we can help. We need you to enroll by December 15th. If you have any questions, you can give us a call here at 313-491-0003. And if you need to talk to a certified counselor, you can call 313-635-5978.
Yes. And then on Thursday, December 18th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., we have our monthly Mackenzie Noble meeting at the Bridge Center, 9928 Grand River. And our guest speaker is Harrison Shelby, presenting on what local seats affect our blocks and communities the most.
All right, let's do this before we do for more because my guest is about pulling up. I want to give you a chance to take a minute or so and give the full, slow version of how they can contact you.
The full slow version
Yeah.
of how you can contact me is
Yeah.
Watch Us Bloom, info@watchusbloom.org. Info@watchusbloom.org. Please go on there and put your information, your name, your email address, because we're taking 30 people to the
Okay.
Lions game on
when?
December the 21st.
Okay.
Period.
That's their last game.
Yes, it is.
Here in Detroit. Well, wonderful.
Yes.
Appreciate it. We'll have you back and we can get into some of the things you really address, right, when you're having these sessions and everything else.
Absolutely.
And so people, is there a cost, by the way?
Well, we're asking the community to pay for, and so because this is professional development, school districts can enroll teachers, programs can enroll, families can enroll when you have community partnerships, so that you can actually get some of these wonderful services of hats and gloves and snow pants, because baby is cold outside.
So how much is it though?
For this year, it's $25, only $25 per session
Yeah.
this year.
Okay.
All
And how
right.
many sessions are there?
There will be 3 sessions this year, Blooming AI.
So do you need to take all 3 or whatever? You can take whatever you want to
You can
take.
take
But
whatever you
whatever
want.
session you take is $25.
Whatever you take in the year 25, will you work on you?
Yeah.
It's 20.
So when you come back, we'll purchase a few certificates for people to enroll. Maybe some of my human service or basic needs folks.
Okay,
can
that would be
take those,
lovely.
yeah.
And I would like to give you some tickets actually for Mackenzie and Noble.
Okay.
And you give them, and so when they come and they go to the wellness screening with Dr. Isha Price, they will be entered into the drawing to go to the Detroit Lions Steelers.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Good.
we would love
All
that.
right. Well, thank you. My guest is here. The ombudswoman is here, and
I just saw, I believe, her yesterday.
did you? Well, how about that? All right, you have to take the headsets off to
I
leave.
will. I won't take them with
don't take
me.
them with you.
I won't take them. Thank you
All right,
so
let's
much.
put up Sherry Gay's picture. Don't we have that to put up here? Sherry Gay, the city ombudsman. Olivia, you pulling the picture up? There you go. All right. And you know what we should use, Olivia? We should use the flyers that we have. I don't know if you have them or not, but we'll make sure we send you all the flyers. We got a really nice flyer of her. So go ahead, Chantel.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Bless.
Amen. I know that's right. So
With a lot of S's.
Yes. So
Hey now.
as we start, a lot of people don't know what an ombudsman is. So can you tell us exactly what that is and what the role of the ombudsman is in the city of Detroit?
Oh, thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say thank you again for having me on. It's not missed on me, the gathering of the people. This is the place of the gathering of the people. And I'm so blessed to be amongst the people because that's where my leadership stems from. Rev and Chantel and all those who are hosting this morning, the role of the ombudsman is really serve as the people's advocate. To be a voice that will advocate in a system when our citizens can't get the due diligence, the rights, the access to services, the justice that they deserve. This position was created in the city's charter a few years just after the uprising in Detroit. It was created to restore public trust and to make sure that the people knew, despite who they may have elected, after years of turmoil, after years of police oppression, after years of being ignored and the rights of Black people being restricted, this position was put in place for that reason. I'm blessed to serve in this role as a former city council staffer that understands the issues and the technicality of our departments in our city and the burden in many instances that is put on a city that does not always receive its fair share of revenue sharing. And so I'm there now in a role with 9.5 years, or close to 9 years, I should say, serving as a city council appointee for the late Councilman Clyde Cleveland and Alberta Tinsley Talabi, someone that rose from simply being a receptionist to someone who was fighting for departmental inclusion and addressing constituent issues. As a former teacher, as a legislator, as a school board member, and now coming back full circle to be able to work directly with departments and our incoming mayor. Let's give our first woman mayor a round of
Yes.
applause.
I have a follow-up question. Will you still be serving on the school board?
Thank you. For those that have not followed,
Yeah, she's gonna be on the school
no,
board.
I can't.
No.
No.
Really?
They made me resign.
Oh, I thought you had worked that out.
They made, I tried my best.
Yeah.
I tried
Well,
my best.
I don't see the conflict.
Well, a few legislators did not see the conflict, but it got to be very contentious with a lot of folks that felt that somehow I should not serve in both roles.
Yes, yes.
And instead of arguing back and forth, I know it would have held up my ability to even get the support to move forward.
Yeah.
I didn't feel there are many people that serve on a lot of boards.
Yeah.
But I had to give up the school board. But I have a solution for that as well. I was able to make sure that a fellow colleague and principal, Bessie Harris, was the person that took my seat. We have a good relationship with her. But I also have hired an assistant ombudsman who's a former principal who will be working in tandem with our mayor and our school board to address our education landscape in the city of Detroit. So we have a much broader plan.
Two things. I know you're the ombudsman now.
Uh-huh.
But first of all, I give kudos to Forrest Green, Foots Green, good friend of my father, who, as you know, served in that capacity.
Yes.
This is unrelated or somewhat unrelated, but since you're going to have a liaison that's going to address education, I've been loathsome to find people who are as angry as I am about the dismal performance of the Detroit Public Schools Community District. The state of Michigan honorable ombudswoman said that only 10% of our kids are reading at grade level. 10%. The district came back and said, no, that's wrong. It's 15. I mean, that's like, 4 inches or 12. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, how do we move forward? How do we improve our city if our kids can't read?
Let me say this, and I'm glad you asked that question. Serving on the school board, I went on the board during COVID because teachers asked for me to come and help them actually develop a sense of trust. They were being forced into the classrooms amidst COVID challenges. I just celebrated my sister's birthday, December 5th. She's been gone 5 years, April 14th, due to COVID. And so I took on that task of serving because I wanted to be a voice, but also as an academician. We don't have enough people who understand education and politics, Reverend Sheffield, on the school board. And so some people acquiesce and go along and not really understand. We don't have the capacity to look up contracts. I served for almost 5 years on the board and was fighting every day to make sure that we had a person who would understand procurement, who will look at the contracts. The board is bifurcated right now. What I mean by that is you have a finance committee, you have an academic committee, you have a policy committee, and oftentimes all the members don't serve on the same committee. And so guess what? In the absence of knowledge,
Yeah, the information is kind of
exactly.
stagnated,
And-
stuck in
and-
certain
and-
spaces.
And so
yeah.
it's a much harder or longer answer than just saying, oh, we need the right people. We need informed people.
Yeah.
We need people that understand and have institutional
All right,
memory.
well-
And we need people to have pedagogical competency to
Well,
help
I'll get
with
off this
education.
subject, but what I think you
Now,
ought
you
to
know
have,
that's a touch
you
point
you
for
ought
me.
to have performance, FTs tied to performance. Because our charter schools, people go to them and they're not performing any
They're not.
better.
No.
But yet, 30% proficiency the state requires for these schools, and yet some of them don't get anywhere near it,
Right.
and they still get a full FT. So that's a whole different subject.
But it's not fair. But I think with what I see, and I don't want to just stay on this point, but we got to be clear. If we look at the role that even the mayor has lifted up with respect to education and transition committee. Now, I got to be honest, I would have liked to have seen my DFT president on that education committee because it's leaning more corporate and charter, but I would have liked to seen our DFT president on it. That's just me. I'm going to say that.
Well, charge that to Melvin Hollowell, not Mary Sheffield.
Okay, all right. Well,
I said it.
Okay, well, now you know me and you, we two peas in a pod.
I tell
We
my
gonna say
daughter
what
the
we
same
gonna say.
thing. Listen, I introduced her to the chancellor of New York schools, dear friend of mine and his wife. Highest performance in 50 years. In New York school, black man, married to Sheena Wright, who was the deputy mayor, and I said, talk to these people, because if they can turn New York City schools around,
It's the largest school district in the country.
then you need to find out, what they did.
What did they do?
Yeah.
But it's really.
By the way, her mic is a little hot in terms of the earphones here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I just turned.
I keep turning mine down, but it's not you.
You talk about education. You done got me up here this morning hot.
And
There you go.
if
Well,
I can
yeah.
ask this question too, with that passion, and welcome again, congratulations.
Well, that must be a hot seat because she was just in it, and she.
It's just
she
the energy this
she
morning.
Blew, she blew and you busted.
It's the energy, okay?
So-
I'm like Busta Rhymes.
Period.
So again,
It's cold outside. It's hot in here.
so again, congratulations,
And
Sherry.
before you go, we got to get you. I get my news from the wake up call. We got to get you to do a promo.
Okay,
Go
no
ahead.
problem.
Yeah.
So again, congratulations again.
Thank you, David.
You've been deep in
You
these-
see yourself up there, by the
I
way?
love it.
Okay, cool.
I sent that out in my news blast.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, but you got to get a selfie with you. with
Okay,
that
I'm gonna get
back
it.
there,
I love it. Whoever
Yeah.
did your artwork is great.
Well, we got a great team of everybody, and
Definitely.
we're building our own Detroit Community News Network. Our views and our news. We're building a studio down the street. We have a lot of money invested in this.
Oh, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
We have to have our own
We
news
gotta
because they won't tell our story the right way.
And you would think that we would never hear if you look at the news now.
Right.
It's all the Johnny come lately.
But we are the news
I'm
now.
sorry, Dave.
No, it's your
We
show,
need to
baby.
extend the show.
Whatever it is you need. So again, Sherry, congratulations.
Thank you.
We know you've been deep in the community. Like I already said, the streets been in the community doing great work for a long time in different areas. This passion that you have, we understand, for education. Tell me, what priorities do you have as it relates to the Ombudsman's office? We know that you're independent, you're autonomous.
Yes.
And so you're able to address issues, and you do have a 10-year appointment, so you do have time.
Yes.
But with that being said, is there anything other than, I understand education, but that you have in terms of priority?
Thank you. So he started with education and got me all hot around the collar. So I'm gonna calm down now and
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. And yes, so I am thankful. We launched our 90-day plan the first day of office, October the 5th. October the 5th, October the 6th. And we've been working with our due diligence of meeting with department heads, conducting a needs analysis, understanding where the bottlenecks are, understanding how information can be shared. Our primary goal is to first understand what are the issues.
Great.
And you can't go into any system talk about making change if you don't understand how the system operates. But our end goal certainly is to make sure that we deliver optimal services to citizens in the city of Detroit, and that we advance efficacy where there is opportunity. What I mean by that, They say that we're going to be facing a financial fiscal cliff, but there are things that we can do together if we work together. And so whether it's the land bank, whether it's BSEED, whether it's Department of Public Works, Water Department, Tree Department, Parks Department, whatever departments there are, and a number of those that I just named fall under GSD, but I don't want to speak in acronyms.
General Services
Right,
Department.
because
Division,
people
right?
need to,
Mhm.
yes, people
Yeah.
need to know where the departments are. But it's to make sure that we bring together optimal services and access. When a resident calls, I spoke to one of my supporters. I don't know if she's in here yet. She told me, Rev, that Michelle, her name is Michelle. She told me that she lived on Greenfield and she reached out to you a couple of years back. And she said she needed help with a city service. And I said, well, why did you reach out to him? She said, well, I wanted him to connect me to his daughter. I said, well, you don't live in his daughter's district. I said, but that's okay. Did he help you? She said, yes, he did help me. He put me in touch with the right people.
Yeah.
But a lot of our citizens don't know what district
Yeah.
they live in.
Yeah.
Facts.
And they
Well, don't discourage them from coming.
No.
Because we're all things to all people
Yes,
according
sir.
to their need.
You're absolutely right. But that's
And
not
by the way, we're also the wedge between passing the buck and red tape.
absolutely. And so that's what she felt. That's why she came to you. And
There's
that's
a
what-
whole song out there that you got me going in circles,
You
right?
see what he do to me?
I'm just saying, you got me going. I mean, it's real. You know what? And I don't mean to. I tell my people, and I got them to the point now. I'd get up, I'd be in my office, and then I don't know. I said, anybody walk in these doors,
Yes, sir.
if we don't do it, we're gonna connect them to somebody who can. But go ahead.
Amen.
We're the-
That's
we're the- we're the- we're the-
But that's what she said her job
That's-
is,
that's what I'm
though.
saying.
We're an
That's-
extension of the
that's-
ombudsman's
I was
office
gonna
over
say,
here.
that's
This is
exactly what they're there for. Is to intervene, right? That what I call being a wedge between passing the buck and red tape.
Right. And so he gets me excited. I think our energy kind of like becomes explosive when we're talking on these panels. But that's exactly it. First of all, so that's why we have two pillars of education. I'm an educator in the sense that I, number one, need to know where are the gaps in our system? Why are people so frustrated? Why do they feel like they're not here, their voices are not being heard when it comes to city services? My first thing is to make sure that they know where to call, who to call, and when they don't get the services that they need, they can call us in addition to calling you all. And we have to know that those systems are also communicating the right way. There is a case management system that exists. It's a dashboard that is used by the Detroit Police Commissioners. It's used by the Civil Rights Commission. It's used by the Inspector General Department, our Auditor General, and our office uses it as well. But guess what? As a former city council staffer, that communication is not working with city council members. So when I sat down and interviewed for this job and I met with some of the city council members individually, some of them use smart sheets, a Microsoft version of listing complaints, but they're not communicating even with each other. We have 7 districts in our city, and then we have 2 citywide. Then we have a mayor's office. We got the ombudsman's office, Don's department, district neighborhood. So you name it. But if our city is not in any way communicating and using innovation and technology at scale, then we are not working in the most optimal situation that we can.
Hold on a second. I worked for Dennis Archer, remember? And I'm trying to think, was it Dreams was the program he tried to put in place?
I believe so.
Which at that point was the same thing. Everything was on paper. And this was a way, by the way, you could enter in information. Every department could see what was going on. You telling me we've gotten away from that? People still working in silos?
So people are very much siloed. And I know some may take offense to this, but they are very much siloed. But I don't think it's no fault of their own. I think there's been a lot of advancement. But if you don't have somebody at the helm of that leadership speaking to ways that we can integrate, and that is one good thing that I am hearing from our mayor-elect, ways to integrate. Now, I have to be careful and make myself clear when it comes to independent agencies like the Ombudsman's Office. We're not going to allow for that information to be compromised, so you won't be able to see everything in our system because somebody might call us anonymously. So we're not going to do that. But guess what? If your sidewalk is cracked and you call Council Member Young and you call Council Member Waters, 2 district wide, and then you call Tate in District 1, then you call the mayor's office, and then you finally call us, you got people spinning their wheels trying to get things done. But if you at least be able to go in the case management system, type in an address and be able to determine, oh yes, you called Councilman Tate's
Right.
office on January
And
3rd.
that's what that system did before. It was called the Mayor's Information System, and you could actually everybody who had touched that complaint or who was doing it, because that's redundancy, quite
so
frankly.
Absolutely.
And we
So we wanna-
understand.
so
we
we wanna-
understand people want everybody to help, but yeah.
But people. So you have to have political savviness and understanding. Also, you got 9 city council members, then you have the mayor in place, and then now you have an ombudsman with a big personality. I don't want people to feel like I'm coming to take their role or stand in their role. And so how they handle their constituent services is up to them. But I do want to provide access to tools and education that would allow for some level of shared information.
Yeah.
So we ameliorate redundancy.
So one last thing. So you're actually, when were you sworn in?
October the 14th was the swear-in, but
Okay.
I started work on the actual 6th.
Okay. So you're familiarizing yourself with the whole process. Are you doing any kind of deep dive to assess what has been and all that kind of stuff?
I love this.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm in love with this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I had an internal audit conducted again on the case management system that we utilize. I looked at years 2019 to now. We had 25,237 cases from constituents.
How many?
25,237. Exactly. And out of that number,
By the way, she's not giving out 4 and 5 digit numbers. Go ahead.
and so out of that number, there was approximately 5,250 cases that were unclosed. And what that meant was there were 5,000 residents who had not gotten an answer. That doesn't mean that there wasn't some redundancy, and that doesn't mean that their issue wasn't resolved. It just was not documented. And so now I have to train the staff. I did not get rid of anybody. I made sure that I was keeping everyone on board so they understand my leadership and understand their desire to work. And so I had each of them take a list of cases for the first month that I was there, contact the residents to make sure that their issue was resolved.
Clean data.
And clean data.
That helps you with making sure you maximize or getting the optimal.
David,
performance.
can you ask her how people can reach her? We haven't done that so far. Just
go ahead
on your watch. Go ahead
Help
on your
yourself.
watch. No, you're on your watch. Go ahead.
How can people reach you?
77793. No, 313.
Yeah, we saw you singing yesterday with Raphael, by the way.
Yes.
What, can you and David do that today? Or
Absolutely.
sing?
We come from the
David
same
can't
church.
sing. Don't do it.
313. There are flyers. Michelle, where are you? Michelle's on my staff.
Yes.
There's flyers here. 313-224-6000. Again, that's 313-224-6000. You can also reach us with ombudsman and you don't have to say ombudswoman. It's a gender neutral term. Ombudsman.
She said, say it right.
Right. At DetroitMI.gov. Yes, people have been calling me omnibus, I'm in the buzz, I'm the buzz.
No, they don't put you
under the bus, right?
Right.
So listen, real quick.
We're not done yet.
No. I'm just saying. I wanted to talk about the case management system in terms of documentation.
Yes.
In terms of actually people getting the information out now.
Okay.
Like more of our residents that are really involved and really need services are seniors, and that's what we do here. Is we advocate for seniors. They're not all computer savvy. Do we still have a normal way of them being able to dial on the phone?
Oh yes.
Can they come in to
Yes.
the office?
Yes.
And also, do you have in your plan any type of town halls in different communities that say this is what we do?
I'm glad you said that. I brought.
But our seniors, though,
Go right here.
I brought a copy of some of that, and yes. So yes.
Don't go nowhere, Jennifer.
Citizens can come down to Woodward Avenue,
First floor.
Suite 114, right across from the tax assessment office. We welcome them there. We know that people are still learning my leadership style, and so if you ever, in my office encounter anyone that don't take your complaint, you make sure that you reach out to me personally.
Facebook.
So
Yeah.
hello, because I don't play about my seniors.
So what I want to do, what I'm thinking of, because I'm getting old. This is Jennifer Hall.
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer handles all of our basic
Jen.
needs. Helping people with
That girl.
tax exemptions.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
And we have that coming up.
keeping their lights and gas on. So you all need to. I'm just saying, you need to connect. We serve thousands of people per month over
I want to
here.
know why I got such short time. He's saying 2 minutes already.
I mean,
I thought I could-
we've been having fun.
That's it.
Time flies.
Time flies.
But look,
Yes.
you're welcome to have an ombudsman
corner.
Yes.
Half an hour
segment.
We have to come. We have. There's a lot to share. There's a lot. The city has so many
And
programs.
by the way, we can have you up on the screen. You don't even have to come. We can get you
No, I like to
waking
see
up
the-
with your coffee. With your
She
coffee.
wants some breakfast.
I want to
Right.
see. No, I don't eat breakfast anymore, and I drink a protein drink. I want to
period.
see the people though. The reason why this part is important is because we do have an education series.
Okay.
And since you said it, Rev, I'm going to commandeer part of your platform to make sure that I can come back and share with the people how to access services,
Yes.
what the departments are. You got to make sure that you look out. It's about to be December. Don't spend all your money for Christmas. Those of you who need to make payment plans on your taxes,
Yeah.
we are there. The board of review is there. They're about to review those applications. A lot of you don't submit the applications because you feel like they're not going to do anything. But Director Donwell is committed to making sure that people don't lose their properties. People perish for the lack of knowledge.
I have a question about that too. You
Yes.
talking about your education series. So I've been to a lot of ombudsman events in the past.
Oh, good.
And there's not a lot of people there. So what are you going to do to improve the attendance to make sure people are getting all that information?
Work with young people like you and
Period.
use the tools that we have, technology, TikTok. I have my staff and I told them
Ballroom
they're not
lessons.
ballroom lessons,
Chicken
singing.
wings.
I'll be there.
So
I need to learn to dance.
We have to be unorthodox. A lot of people are not clear on why I do what I do on social media. But anytime you can get 750,000 people looking at a post, that is, you can't pay for that type of
Well, don't worry about that because people ain't clear about what they do. they got 20/20 vision when it comes to you and blurred when it comes to themselves.
See what I'm saying? But the reason I do that is because I know people don't want to just hear about policy. They want to look into your life. They want to be a part of your life. And I avail myself in that way. So when I do give them a message for a meeting, they show up. And there's never been a time in my leadership that I've hosted anything that wasn't
One
full.
of the things one of the things that we had to do because of the good lady who was just on our show and you, we've been in touch with our engineer out of Lansing because the modulation frequency that's been broadcast, whatever that stuff is he's doing over there, Gerald, keeps coming through our system. That popping. Anyway, the level's been so off the hook, we had to call our master engineer in Lansing to find out what we need to do. He said, just tell him to tone it down a little bit.
Okay,
I'm just messing
next
with
time
you.
I come back,
You
I'm
want to
gonna be
wish? You want to wish
whispering.
people a happy holiday or any other
Have
last?
yourself a merry little Christmas.
She is in a different capacity.
your
This is
joy
not
be
ombudsman, but I gotta plug my
Yes,
girl. She's
let's-
singing for Amanda Treppa's next
yes,
thing.
I
Yeah, Amanda's amazing.
December
Yes.
16th,
Let's
right?
roasting on an open fire.
A different capacity. That's not her ombudsman capacity, but she will be singing at the cabaret with Amanda.
Have
Yes,
yourself
Amanda
fun.
Treppa is a friend of the show.
There you go.
Christmas.
Yeah, well, make sure that make sure they pay you for that. The city has a way of having you do multiple things, but one source of pay.
So can you give us the website again and give us a phone number where they can reach you?
313-224-6000. Again, that's 313-224-6000. Ombudsman.
OMBUD.
Yes.
SMAN.
at DetroitMI.gov. Now, the website, David, is a little long. I have my nephew Jamel working on that to make sure that we make it easy for residents so I don't have to give out a whole HTTP / It's too long.
I think is that your staff person passing stuff out?
No, that's my cousin. She passing out stuff.
Okay.
So we have the flyers here. Michelle, does everybody have a flyer?
So I want to make sure Jennifer connects with you so we can make sure we have all your information
Yes.
here and utilize your services. You can use my term a wedge between passing the buck
All right.
and red tape.
All right. So
We'll
I'm
be right
invited back, right? I'm
It's for
invited back.
y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield, and the wake up call.
Hey, this is City Council President Mary Sheffield. I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from my dad, Reverend Horace Sheffield.
What up, though? It's your girl T-Barb, and I get my morning call with Reverend Sheffield. Make sure y'all tune in every Saturday morning. It's good.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover Kings, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on 1500 AM or 92.7 FM. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield. See you there.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
When you get a chance, can you change your orientation?
92.7 FM. The Wake Up Call.
Can you hear us?
Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Yeah, so if you can flip your camera the opposite way, just so we can get a full view of you.
Can you put your headphones on so you can hear him?
So turn it sideways. There you go. That's perfect.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, y'all? It's your man
Thank you
Mike
so much.
Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace
You hear us clearly?
Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Okay, perfect. We'll start in a second.
1500 AM or 92.7 FM. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM.
It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield and the Wake Up Call.
All right, we're back in Live and Living Color. Y'all make some noise in the house.
Woo, yes.
Tone it down. We've had a great
Not
show.
too much noise.
Yeah, you all shh. We have a gentleman here who's running for the United States Senate.
Yes.
No secret that I've already endorsed him. I don't want to keep that a secret. Why don't you introduce him, Chantel?
Yes.
By the way, I've got part of my field team here. Chantel was a deputy director, field director for Mary and others. That
Me
are in
and the
room.
doctor are familiar. That's my guy.
Okay.
Yes, we have U.S. Senate candidate Dr. Abdul El Sayed. How are you doing today?
I'm well. I'm blessed this morning. Grateful to be with you all, and thank you for having me again.
Yes, that's a bright background. So can you tell us why you are running for U.S. Senate in 2026?
Look, it just shouldn't be this hard. I've been up and down the state, and everywhere I go, whether you're in Houghton in the Upper Peninsula, or you're in any neighborhood in the city of Detroit, people complain. It just shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to afford a second bag of groceries. Shouldn't be this hard to pay your rent. Shouldn't be this hard to see a doctor. Shouldn't be this hard to send your kid to a dentist. Shouldn't be this hard to work the same job tomorrow that you worked yesterday. I don't think it has to be. And the reason is so hard is because our politics are dominated by the richest people buying and selling politicians for their own benefit. And you watch as they use their power to raise the prices for the stuff we got to buy and to reduce our wages for the work that we do for them. And I don't think it should be like that. I'm a doctor who rebuilt the health department in Detroit to give kids glasses, eliminate medical debt, put air quality monitors everywhere, take on the opioid crisis. And I believe we need that kind of thinking in the U.S. Senate. And so I hope that good folks in the city of Detroit and across the state of Michigan will help send me there to take on the corporations and the politicians who've been breaking so much of what we hold dear.
So I've had a burning question, and I know that domestic insecurity and prices and all that is certainly foremost in most people's minds. But we also live in a rather unstable time worldwide. What's your take on these strikes on these boats and the most recent thing that's happened where two people who survived the first attack were then summarily killed?
Look, every time this president doesn't like how things are going, whether it's the stock market or his economy, he looks to, quote unquote, wag the dog. So it creates a whole bunch of situations that we then have to go pay attention to. So we're not paying attention to all the stuff that he's making so much worse for us. This is another example of that. This is a situation where they're just blasting boats out of the water from the sky and saying that somehow these folks are enemy combatants without really showing their work. And let's be clear, it's not okay for people to be bringing drugs up through the Gulf of Mexico. But this approach where you're trying to, in effect, create war and potentially take out a whole government in Venezuela, that's not consistent with the usual laws of war. And that's what has created so many challenges right now. Look, in our system of government, the president can't unilaterally declare war. That's for Congress to do.
Yes.
But like every situation with this president, he tries to take powers that are not really for him to use to distract us from the issues that really matter day to day in our lives.
Yep. David?
So again, we thank you for being here on the show. As you are campaigning up and down the corridor 75, what have been some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your candidacy?
Yeah, well, look, the good news about this is I've been around now for nearly 10 years in public service. I started working in the city of Detroit in 2015. I ran for governor in 2018. I've been working in Wayne County leading health, human, and veteran services under the great Warren Evans since 2022. People know who I am and what I'm about. That being said, my name's Abdul, right? That's no secret to anybody. Abdul is not a common name among politicians, so much so that I remember my college graduation. I was the valedictorian at the University of Michigan, and the main speaker that year was Bill Clinton. And I gave my speech. Clinton gives his speech, calls me out in his speech. My dad claps for me for the first time in my whole life. And after the speech, Clinton comes up to me and says, son, why are you going to medical school? You got a gift for communicating. And I look at him and I say, Mr. President, thank you for saying that. But, I want to be a doctor because I want to take care of people. He said, but you should think about running for office. And I literally laughed in his face. I'm like, Mr. President, thank you so much for saying that. I don't know if you saw my name. People like me don't get to run for office. That was 2007.
Yeah.
2008, I watched a guy named Barack Hussein Obama run for and win the presidency. So I know it's possible in this state of Michigan. And when people hear what you're about, not how you pray, but what you pray for, not what your name is, but whether or not you care to know their name, they're a lot more interesting in hearing what you have to say. And so I'm grateful that people are giving me the time to share what I think. And you know what? You go to folks that voted for Donald Trump and you tell them, I think some corporation is making your job less secure. I think corporations are raising your prices and I think you should have health care. Most of the time, it doesn't matter if your name is Abdul or your name is Bob or your name is Mallory or Haley, they're going to nod their head and be like, that man's right. He really wants me to have health care.
So Abdul's running for the open U.S. Senate seat being vacated by Gary Peters, who, by the way, will be on here soon, wants to come and say farewell to us. And it's an open primary. He's running as a Democratic candidate, not like some who are running independently or under the cover of some other roots or guys. Ed, go ahead.
What kind of support are you getting from the national DNC? And what can we as Michiganders do to help increase that support?
The thing about it right now is there's a lot of frustration between Democrats who vote for the Democratic Party and the capital D Democratic Party. And so I've often been less concerned about what they think about me in DC and a lot more concerned about what they think of me in neighborhoods in Detroit. And I think the more they hear from folks like you, the more they hear from the grassroots, the more they hear that our message is exciting folks who otherwise haven't shown up to vote for a very long time, the more they're likely to listen. That being said, I don't win this race because a bunch of folks in DC come and win it for me. That's never been my play.
Period.
I win this race because people in communities, in neighborhoods in Detroit, in neighborhoods in Grand Rapids, in neighborhoods in Traverse City, out in the sticks in places like Clare, see something in this message they haven't seen before and want to come out and vote for it. That's how we win. And so I'm just less concerned with what they think. I'm a lot more concerned with what folks in our communities need from their government. And I hope I can deliver that.
Yeah. I think you hit on a crucial point, and that is to divert attention from what's happening in the economy, which he says is a hoax, and then, have us focus on other things. Now, one of the things that concerns me, I have a lot of friends of mine who are immigrants who have come here, contribute greatly to the bottom line of this country. Now he's in New Orleans. I mean, what's your whole take on this? I think it's been proven that this is erroneous. The way they've separated families. I mean, the way that they've gone about apprehending people. It's just been atrocious.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Rev, my folks came here believing in an America big enough for them too, from Egypt, right? The northeast corner of the continent of Africa. And I know what immigration's done for me. What he's trying to do is use the issue of immigration to tear apart the Constitution as we know it. I want you to think about this. Like, what's the difference between a kidnapping and an arrest? A kidnapping is when they don't have to tell you who they are, why they're picking you up, or what you can do about it. An arrest is when they have to tell you who you are, why they're picking you up, and what you can do about it.
And have
And the difference
previous
between-
approval by a court or some warrant.
Right. You're under the law. And
Yeah.
that's exactly it. The rule of law is the difference between kidnapping and arrest. And what they're trying to do is normalize kidnapping in these United States of America. And right now they're using immigrants. But let's be clear, right? They have apprehended, picked up, detained American citizens. So there's a fine line they know they're trying to destroy. They're using the issue of immigration to try and do that. And that should scare all of us.
Assaulting Congress members and just
Arresting mayors.
crazy things. Chantel, you have a question?
Yes.
We're
so-
talking to Abdul El-Sayed, who's running as a Democrat, not an independent, as a Democrat for U.S. Senate.
Yes. So what has been your biggest challenge for this candidacy so far?
No, I think the biggest thing is I'm up against a whole lot of money from corporations. They're going to spend a ton of money because I don't take corporate money. I'm the only candidate in this race who never has and never will. I just want to explain things to folks. Right now, when you think about all these ads you see during election season, a lot of those are paid for by what they call PACs, political action committees,
And C4s.
that are funded by big corporations, and C4s and
Yeah.
527s, these dark money groups. Corporations put a lot of money into these groups. I don't take their money. So when I ran in 2018, I had Blue Cross Blue Shield spent $300,000 to beat me. DTE spent $200,000 to beat me. And I happened to be a customer of both of them, which puts you in a weird position of asking how much of my own money are you using to beat me in an election? So we've got to be able to raise the money that we need, grassroots style. But I'll tell you this, I've been so fortunate. 50,000 people have donated to this campaign. $5, $10, $25. This is a grassroots movement. Now, I know come election season, you're going to be seeing all kinds of terrible things about me, but that's because I'm the one who has the courage to stand for you. I've never taken a check from DTE. I've never taken a check from Blue Cross Blue Shield. I've never taken a check from any of these folks who are trying to corrupt our politics. Now, that means that you got to do it the old-fashioned way, but I'm willing to do the work. When your name's Abdul, you take nothing for granted. So I take nothing for granted.
So let's take a moment before we take our break and have you back. How do people connect with your campaign? What do you need them to do?
Go to abdulforsenate.com, and I need them specifically to sign up to volunteer. Like I said, this is a grassroots campaign. If you can sign up to help us knock doors, talk to your fellow residents, that is the biggest thing. If you want to chip us off $5, $10, I would welcome that too. Become one of the 50,000 people across the state and across this country who are supporting us. And then lastly, if you're hearing what you're saying, the most important thing you can do right now is pick up your phone, text a couple people in your family, say, hey, listen in. All right. Number one, you're going to learn a lot from Reverend Sheffield's show. But number two, there's this guy out here who really seems to care about us rather than just playing a stupid political game that too many of these politicians want to play.
I know that's right.
All right. So we want to reiterate real quickly that the Ecumenical Ministers Alliance, Reverend Sheffield, has endorsed him for Senate. We'll pull our whole team together to make certain we make that happen. This is one of the few times that everybody, by the way, is up for real. The open seats, the governor's seats, the Senate seat, and all of that is open. So you have an opportunity really to put someone in place who can institutionalize their intervention on your behalf. I think what he's saying is when you get money from certain people, those are the folks you tend to serve. So if the only people giving you money are the folks who vote for you, then that means those are the folks who will be most you'd be most mindful of. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll spend the next 10, 15 minutes with our U.S. Senator to be LCL right after this.
Yes.
This for y'all. This for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield in the wake-up call.
Hey, this is City Council President Mary Sheffield. I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from my dad, Reverend Horace Sheffield.
What up, though? It's your girl T-Barb, and I get my morning call with Reverend Sheffield. Make sure y'all tune in every Saturday morning. It's good.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hello, everybody. This is your girl, Erica Alexander, and every Saturday morning, I get my wake-up call with Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you go on and get some of that. All right? What is that? Is that someone called? Is it Saturday?
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 a.m. The Wake Up Call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your man Mike Epps, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Sheffield. Make sure you get yours.
I'm Hester Wheeler, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield.
Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM, the wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
This is Super Bowl champion Lomas Brown, and I get my Saturday morning wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield, my man.
This is Grover McCains, and I get my wake-up call from Reverend Horace Sheffield every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 101.5 FM or 1500 AM, the wake-up call with the Reverend Horace Sheffield.
It's for y'all. It's for y'all, Reverend Horace Sheffield and the wake-up call.
All right, there we go. We're back in live and living color, and I am the indomitable, incomparable Reverend Horace Sheffield III. My wonderful cast of characters. We had a meeting yesterday with Curtis Hotel, Abdul, talking about how do we capture, for example, the enthusiasm I saw of my daughter's campaign. I've been in politics all my life. And Chantel will tell you that we have more young people, people who would never voted. I mean, there was an enthusiasm, and I've been trying to tell my daughter part of her responsibility is getting them folks in the Democratic fold. But how do we get people to believe once again that part of how we change what we have consternation about is through demonstration of our vote?
Got to give them something to vote for. It's not enough to talk about how bad Donald Trump is unless you've got an alternative about what you're going to do about it, what it means to have voted for you, the kinds of things that folks can expect. I think the frustration a lot of folks have with the big D Democratic Party is that too often you don't really know what they're for. You know what they're against. You know they're against Donald Trump, but you don't really know what they're for. And I think Mayor-elect Sheffield did that really well. You saw it in the election outcomes, both in the primary and the general. And I think if we're serious about winning elections, you've got to be talking about the things that are tangible. That's why we're running a campaign to get money out of politics, but to put more money back in your pockets, to protect jobs, to stand with unions, to help build small businesses and invest in communities and in neighborhoods and in business owners in our local communities, and to finally guarantee everybody health care so you don't have to worry about going into debt. It's those tangible things and a belief that you're really about those things that I think can matter the most.
So you hit the nail on the head for me, and Chantel would tell you, I tell people in here all the time that come to run, what people want to know is, what are you going to do for them? We know what's wrong. We don't need anybody to come and tell us what's wrong. And, how are you going to change that? And I'm glad that you're addressing that. Ed?
Yes, and that's the kind of question I want to know. I'm going to put that out there. You're going to be our next senator.
Period.
But what can we do to support you once you're in office?
So look, I don't plan to be the kind of senator who comes a couple times before the campaign and then all you ever hear from me is on TV and on CNN or MSNBC in DC. I plan to be in the community. So what I'm asking is that when we go to extend this campaign that takes me to the U.S. Senate, I'm asking you to be a part of it even afterwards. Part of that is hold me accountable. When I told you I want to do a certain thing, you make sure that I'm working to do that thing every single day when I'm in office. But the second thing is I want to hear from you, right? You're a public servant. You've got to know what people need and want and the ways that problems show up in their lives. And I think part of the problem with DC generally is that these problems get really abstract, right? We talk about the healthcare problem. We talk about the economic problem. We talk about foreign policy. But we're not talking about the ways that these things show up, right, on the boulevard or show up on the east side or show up on the west side or show up southwest. And I want to hear those things. And the more you can equip me with that information and those stories, the better I can go up and fight in DC for you, and the better I can serve you in local communities. And so don't send me out there by myself, right, and leave me forsaken for 6 years in DC. I'm going to turn out like one of those other pumpkins. I want to be in the community knowing that I'm be able to render the service here in these communities.
Yeah. So now we know why he's red. He's a pumpkin. Go ahead.
Yes.
That's just my camera.
So we know that you're going to be out in DC. So how do you plan on working with people within your party and also people across the aisle?
You know what's interesting? We always talk about politics as a conversation between politicians. It's not. Politics is about a conversation between people and their politicians. So there are a lot of people out there, sure, who may not agree with all of my policies. But my job is not just to go have a conversation with 99 other senators. My job is to have a conversation with the 350 million people who voted for those senators. And that's part of what I'm hoping to do. There's a reason that in this campaign, we go everywhere, right? We've been all over the city, but I've also been to 70 different cities now. Antrim County, Three Rivers, Houghton, Escanaba, Clare. And the reason I'm going is because, I might not win every vote in those communities, but I at least want to understand what's wrong and to be able to speak to those problems. And I think there's actually a lot more we agree on than we disagree on. And the thing that politicians have done for a very long time is to trick us into thinking that we can't go talk to a lot of those folks. You could be in a room in Escanaba up in the Upper Peninsula or in a room in Detroit, and people use the same words to describe their problems. Talking about my kid has to wait in line to see a dentist. I can't see a doctor. I'm worried about my job. I can't afford a home. Like, people use the same words. And if we're able to bridge that divide, I think we can build something greater.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not just about going and having a conversation with Republicans who might disagree with me. It's about having a conversation with those voters. Right now, you've been tricked by every corporation who bought your politicians off to do things that are not in your best interest. I'm talking about a politics where we actually do deliver for you. And if you believe in that, then I need you to go talk to your politicians to make it easier for me.
So there's some success that Chantel will tell you that I've had at being able to frame things in phrases, right? I won't share all of them. We came up with a really good one yesterday. But in my conversations with people, the quintessential thing that I hear people saying, which I've summed up, is it's our money, spend it on us, right?
Amen.
It's our money, spending on us. We got money for billionaires. We got money, for all these foreign aid that's given. What can we do to create a domestic, I call it FDI, federal domestic relief, right? Where we're taking our money. And by the way, this notion that these are people who are freeloaders is not true. We serve people over here with fresh fruit and produce, people who work every day, but the margin between them being homeless and having a roof over their head and having
very
food on the
slim.
table is so narrow. So it's our money. Spend
Amen.
it on us. I mean, and yet these people have no problem spending money on billionaires and millionaires. When it comes to us, it's a whole different issue.
Amen, Rev. And look, this is the thing about it. You know who the biggest freeloaders in America are? The billionaires.
Yep.
They get away. You know how they live their lives? They borrow money because they know they can get a loan because they got billions of dollars and are good to pay it back. And then when the tax man comes around, they say, well, look, I'm in debt because I had to borrow all this money to live. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. That shouldn't be allowed. And I'm saying that, we should be taxing billionaires some of their wealth so that everybody else can have some. But you're right. It's our money. Spend it on us. And think about how much money we spent sending money abroad to Israel to subsidize the genocide, $22 billion. And we use that money to drop bombs on other people's kids and their schools and their hospitals when we could have been using it to spend money on our kids and our schools and our hospitals. And it makes no sense to me that this is a public policy, but it goes back to that question of who gets to dictate our politics. The reason we spend that money abroad is because of the impact of corporations who manufacture weapons. And we always seem to have enough money to manufacture more weapons, but we don't seem to have enough money to provide folks healthcare or to make sure that they can eat. I just think that's wrong. I think you're right. It's our money. We got to spend it on us.
All right. So it appears, Doc, that your message has been clear regarding healthcare being a human right. How do you see yourself implementing this policy in the wake of a divisive Senate, Congress, and the national administration?
Look, I believe in Medicare for all. Here's what that means. Everybody has a default health insurance plan. Doesn't matter whether you turn 26, get married, get divorced, get a job, lose a job, turn 65, that is there for you. If you like your health insurance from your employer or your union, you get to keep that. But if you get fired or your factory shuts down, it is there for you. Medical debt shouldn't be a thing. We had to erase $700 million of it in Wayne County. That shouldn't be a possible thing because you shouldn't get medical debt. Now, here's the thing about it. I understand that that's Mount Everest, right? We're trying to climb Mount Everest and guarantee everybody healthcare. In the process, there's a lot that we got to do. Maybe we can guarantee kids healthcare. Maybe we can start with making Medicare better. It's crazy to me that Medicare doesn't cover vision or dental or hearing when every senior I know needs vision, dental, and hearing. And so there are things that we can do to make Medicare whole, to bring down the out-of-pocket costs that people have and start extending it to people as we get to that goal of guaranteeing it for everybody. I'll tell you, this is the perfect time to have this conversation. You're watching as 25 million people across this country are going to watch their healthcare prices go up maybe 4 times fourfold. We were watching Medicaid about to get cut. So I think we can do the right thing and start fighting for what we really need and deserve in this country when it comes to health care.
So this is knocking on my door. So I delayed my Social Security benefits so that my income wouldn't impact it, right? So I still earn a living, and it has caused my Medicare costs to be deducted from my Social Security, $763 a month. Now, God is good. I get $3,300 a month for Social Security, but they take $763. And I'm trying to figure out why I should have to pay that if I paid into this system for all these years simply because I want supplemental insurance.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. And the idea that you got to pay for insurance is a weird thing that we do in this country that doesn't really make all that much sense. I'll tell you what, I'm about to drop a video on my social media where I go to Canada and just ask them what they do with their medical debt. And everybody looks at me like, what are you talking about? What is medical
debt?
Right? Like, what do you mean medical debt?
Did you say marijuana debt? No, medical debt.
You can't have debt for marijuana. They get that up front.
That's right, cash and carry.
This idea, though, that we're charging
Can't lay it away.
with healthcare, they already tried to, they already paid into is crazy. And like same with Social Security, like that should be a benefit that is there for you because you paid into it, right? And meanwhile, you got folks like Elon Musk, right, who are paying effectively the lowest tax rate in the whole country. Makes zero sense.
And of course, we don't know what Trump is paying at all.
Nothing.
Which is really shame. So we have about a minute and a half left. We want you to impassionately plead with our audience here. By the way, we're broadcasting on multiple stations, including 107.5 and other places. Tell people why they should vote for you and how they can connect with you and help you.
It just shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to live your life in the richest, most powerful country in the world. And the reason it is so hard is because right now, big corporations and billionaires buy off politicians to rig the system against you for themselves. And I happen to believe, as a doctor who started to get curious about why people get sick, I happen to believe that it shouldn't work that way. I want people to live long, healthy lives. My whole life has been about doing that. And I know that right now our politics are part of the problem, and I believe they can be part of the solution. So if you believe, like me, that we got to stand up to the corporations, the CEOs, Donald Trump, then I hope that you'll support us. AbdulForSenate.com. Go on over there, sign up to volunteer, chip us off a couple bucks. We need your support. We're building a movement of people who believe that our government really ought to be of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that's what this is about.
All right, we're going to have
Rev,
a day.
I really appreciate your support.
We're going to have a day here. We're going to ask people to bring those dollars. We'll see you next week. Be
All
safe.
right.
Be careful out there. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
It's for y'all. It's for y'all. Reverend Horace Sheffield and the wake up call.